All right, breaking news here on CBS Sports HQ. It is official. The rumors were flowing all day, but it has happened. Former Jags cornerback Jalen Ramsey traded to the LA Rams for 2 first-round picks in 2020 and 2021, and a 4th-round pick in 2021 as well. So the Rams, very busy on this day. Again, Jags cornerback Jalen Ramsey traded to the Rams for 2 first-round picks in 2020 and 2021, and a 4th-round pick also in 2021. Good evening, everybody. Steve Gelb, Scott Stanford along with him. We bring in Pete Prisco right off the bat. Pete, listen, you covered the Jags for a long time. The rumor mill was flowing all day today. Are you surprised at all by this move?
Well, I was told last week that owner Shad Khan was pretty dug in on not trading him because obviously this is a situation where if you trade one malcontent player, then you get a reputation for letting the players dictate where they can and can't play. So he was a little bit dug in. But I think in the end, what I was told, the situation with his back, was it actually hurt or not? And they had questions about that. They're not, they didn't win last week. So ultimately, in the end, they decided, why not get those draft picks? They wanted 2 firsts all along. They're getting 2 firsts and a 4th. They feel that's a good haul for getting Jalen Ramsey out of town.
We'll talk about it from the Rams' perspective in a second, but just, again, continuing on with the Jags, it's been a disappointing start to the season for them. What does this mean moving forward for this team? What is the state of the Jaguars organization right now?
Well, I'll be honest with you, they got tired of them. They got tired of the shtick, the back, the sickness, the illness, the complaints, and he just had a problem with Tom Coughlin in the front office, and that was what the problem was across the board. I mean, it wasn't like it was anything else. His teammates, they never voted him a captain. Think about that for a second. Jalen Ramsey, one of the best players on the team, was never voted a team captain. That tells you something about how they felt about him, and they just wanted to get on and play football. And they have some players there. They have a young corner in Trey Herndon. The first week he went out and he played for Jalen Ramsey, he struggled, but that was his first start. Now he's getting better and better, and they feel like they have a quality corner there. So for me, I think this is one of those situations where, they had to make the deal because of all the stuff that came with Jalen Ramsey. Not Jalen Ramsey, the football player, the rest of it.
All right, so Pete, the Jags pick up, 2 first-round picks in 2020, 2021, 4th-round pick in 2021 as well. What do you think of the haul in return for getting Ramsey out of town?
I think it's a good haul. 2 first-round picks are great value. Now, here's what happens. If the Rams are a good team again and they suddenly start winning, those picks lose some value. Ideally, you'd like to see the Rams lose football games, and they have been. So that's something that maybe Jacksonville looked at and said, if it's back end of the first round, it's not great value. If it's middle of the first round or even in the 20s, it does have some good value. So I think they looked at it from that standpoint. Plus, you get the 4th-round pick. And there's a lot of value in 4th-round picks as well. It gives you some flexibility in the draft in a couple of years. So I like what they got for him. I think the situation wasn't what they ideally wanted. They would have loved to have kept him. But in the end, they just tired of everything that went along with Jalen Ramsey, the player.
Pete, from a Rams perspective, earlier in the day, to make room for Jalen Ramsey, they trade off Marcus Peters. He's a guy that there had been question about whether or not he was worth keeping around long term. Clearly, the Rams made their decision. But just in terms of on the field, how much of an upgrade is swapping Peters out and Ramsey in?
Well, he's a better corner than Marcus Peters when he's allowed to be a better corner. And by that, I mean, can he play man coverage? That was one of his complaints in Jacksonville. They didn't play a ton of press man coverage, which plays to his strengths. I've actually talked to Jalen Ramsey about that. He wanted to be a guy who got his hands on receivers at the line of scrimmage, got physical with them, and ran with them. Well, they didn't do that an awful lot. Well, neither did the Rams. It'll be interesting. That's one of the problems Marcus Peters had. Marcus Peters is a press man corner. He likes to get his hands on the receiver as well. And he played a lot of off-man coverage with the Rams. And at times he drifted and he didn't play the zone and he got out of his area and it led to big plays. It'll be interesting because Jalen Ramsey had the same problems in Jacksonville. He would drift when he was given an assignment and it wasn't press man. So it'll be interesting to see how Wade Phillips handles Jalen Ramsey.
All right, NFL analyst Pete Prisco. Pete, thank you very much. Appreciate it, my friend. We'll talk to you down the line.
You got it, guys.
All right, so again, Jags quarterback Jalen Ramsey traded to the Rams for 2 first-round picks in 2020 and 2021. Stephen, a 4th-round pick in 2021. And, of course, we will have a whole lot more coming up top of the hour here on HQ.
Top of the hour indeed. And you know, listen, one thing that you got to think about as well, these Rams, high expectations. They lose 3 straight after winning their first 3. Maybe this provides a little bit of a jolt for them.
I'll tell you, I'm surprised the Eagles are calling all week. They wanted Ramsey and they ended up not getting him. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming up top of the hour, lots more to do here on CBS Sports HQ.